Welcome. Today, we will explore the world of distributed Agile teams. This involves successfully managing remote and multi-location Agile teams. We'll cover strategies, challenges, and best practices to ensure your distributed teams thrive. We will learn about global collaboration, remote efficiency, and distributed agility. Let's examine the challenges and opportunities that come with distributed Agile teams. First, let's discuss some key challenges. Time zone differences impact synchronous communication. Cultural and language barriers affect collaboration. There is reduced visibility into team member activities. Technology and infrastructure may be inconsistent across different locations. And, of course, building trust and team cohesion remotely can be difficult. Now let's look at the key opportunities. You gain access to global talent pools and diverse perspectives. There is potential for 24-hour development cycles. Documentation and knowledge sharing can be improved. Digital collaboration skills are enhanced. And team members can enjoy greater work flexibility. Here are some common organizational structures for distributed Agile teams. First, we have the fully distributed model, where all team members work remotely from different locations. Next is the hub and spoke model, which consists of a core team at headquarters with satellite team members in other locations. Then we have the follow the sun model, where teams in different time zones work in sequence for continuous development. There are also component teams that own specific components regardless of location. Feature teams are cross-functional and work on features across locations. Finally, there is the hybrid model, which is a combination of co-located and remote team structures. Here are the essential tools for distributed Agile teams, the technology stack for effective remote collaboration. First, let's discuss communication tools. This includes real-time messaging platforms, video conferencing solutions, team chat with channels, and asynchronous communication tools. Examples include Slack, Microsoft Teams, and Zoom. Next, we have project management tools. This includes digital Kanban boards, sprint planning tools, backlog management, and roadmap visualization. Examples include Jira, Trello, Asana, and Monday. Then there are documentation tools. This includes collaborative wikis, real-time document editing, knowledge repositories, and digital whiteboards. Examples include Confluence, Notion, and Miro. Finally, we have development tools. This includes version control systems, continuous integration and continuous delivery pipelines, code review platforms, and automated testing tools. Examples include GitHub, GitLab, and Jenkins. Here are some best practices for optimizing Agile events for remote teams. For daily stand-ups, keep them to 15 minutes with visual aids and consider rotating times to accommodate different time zones. Use video to maintain engagement. For sprint planning, share the agenda and materials 24 hours in advance. Use digital boards for real-time collaboration. Break into smaller sessions if needed. For sprint review, record demos for asynchronous viewing. Use collaborative tools for stakeholder feedback. Ensure all team members can showcase their work. For retrospectives, use digital retrospective tools with anonymous input options. Establish psychological safety. Create clear action items with owners. For backlog refinement, break into smaller, more frequent sessions. Use screen sharing for clarity. Document decisions and questions in a shared workspace. And finally, for team building, schedule regular virtual social events. Create dedicated channels for non-work discussions. Consider occasional in-person gatherings if possible. Let's delve into effective communication strategies for distributed teams. For synchronous communication, establish core collaboration hours across time zones. Use video for important discussions to capture nonverbal cues. Create clear agendas for all meetings and record important sessions for team members who cannot attend. For asynchronous communication, document decisions and discussions thoroughly. Use threading and messaging platforms for context. Create clear expectations for response times. Utilize status updates and progress tracking tools. For communication norms, establish team working agreements for communication. Create channel-specific protocols, for example, urgent versus for your information. Respect time zone boundaries for notifications and implement regular check-ins for team well-being. This is an example team communication framework. Daily, quick async updates in team channel. Weekly, 60-minute video sync with all members. Monthly, extended retrospective session. Always, document decisions in shared wiki. Let's discuss building a cohesive team culture across distances. These are some cultural pillars. Foster psychological safety through open communication and visibility into decision-making processes to establish trust and transparency. Align the team around a common goal and vision that transcends geographical boundaries to achieve shared purpose. Embrace experimentation and learning to refine distributed working practices for continuous improvement. Create equal opportunities for contribution, regardless of location or time zone, for inclusive participation. Respect and leverage diverse perspectives from different cultural backgrounds for cultural awareness. Measure success by results and value delivered, rather than activity or presence for outcome focus. Distance doesn't have to mean distant. The most successful distributed teams create connection through intentional culture-building practices. Let's look at effective leadership approaches for remote teams. Adopt servant leadership and focus on removing impediments across time zones. Create opportunities for team members to lead initiatives. Facilitate connections between distributed team members and advocate for team needs with stakeholders. Practice outcome-based management. Define clear objectives and key results, focusing on deliverables rather than activity. Establish team-defined quality standards. Celebrate achievements visibly across locations. Build trust by scheduling regular one-on-one connections with team members. Create psychological safety for remote participants. Model vulnerability and transparency. Recognize contributions equitably across locations. This is distributed leadership model function. Function distributed leadership, enable autonomy, provide clarity, build connections, ensure visibility. Let's discuss measuring performance. Here are some key metrics and key performance indicators for remote Agile teams. First, let's look at delivery metrics such as throughput or velocity. This can be story points or work items completed per sprint. Cycle time or lead time is the time from work start to completion. Release frequency is how often value is delivered to production. Next, let's discuss quality metrics, such as defect density, which is the number of bugs per feature or code unit. Test coverage is the percentage of code covered by automated tests. Technical debt ratio is the measure of code quality and maintainability. Then there are team health metrics. This includes team happiness and engagement. Collaboration index is the cross-location interactions and pair programming. Knowledge sharing includes documentation updates and learning sessions. Finally, there are business value metrics. Customer satisfaction, feature usage, and other key performance indicators. Avoid using metrics as control mechanisms. Focus on trends rather than absolute numbers, and always interpret metrics in context of the team's unique distributed situation. Let's summarize how to successfully manage distributed Agile teams. Distributed teams require intentional communication strategies that balance synchronous and asynchronous methods. Invest in the right tools and establish clear protocols for their effective use. Build a strong team culture that transcends geographical boundaries. Adapt Agile ceremonies to accommodate distributed team needs. Focus on outcomes and value delivery rather than activity or presence. Measure what matters with balanced metrics that consider team health and business value. As next steps, create a distributed team working agreement, evaluate and optimize your current tools, and implement a balanced metrics dashboard. Thank you. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.